Hi, so I'm V. Eguavon, and I'm going to be talking about Hurricane Harvey today. So let me go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. Okay, so again, I'm going to be talking about Hurricane Harvey. Quick body of report. I'm going to be talking about the date and location, the damage that was caused by Hurricane Harvey, the casualties that were caused by Hurricane Harvey, and also how global warming affected Hurricane Harvey, and how it changed the outcome of Hurricane Harvey. So, first date and location, it happened on August 25th, 2017, and it hit mainly Texas and Louisiana. However, it did affect other areas like Guyana, Nicaragua, Cayman Islands, Honduras, Belize. It really affected a lot of places. Um, Now onto damage. It was a category 4 hurricane out of 5 categories. So that just shows how strong and severe this hurricane really was. It cost $125 billion in damage, and this is more damage than any other natural disaster in US history has caused besides Katrina. So it was truly a big deal. Over 300,000 structures and 500,000 cars were flooded. 61 drinking water facilities were inoperable, which was very unfortunate because this was a time that people really needed clean drinking water and they didn't really have access to that. And which made matters even worse was that 40 wastewater facilities were inoperable as well, which just made things worse because people couldn't even go get water filtered out to drink. So I have a few pictures here. Right here, you can just see all the, materials and toxins that are in the water, and I'm going to talk more about that in the next slide. Right here, you can see that this house was almost fully submerged in water, which is truly scary, and it just shows the severity of the storm. Excuse me, the severity of the hurricane, and how much rainfall there really was. Here you see cars that are flooded. It was truly a devastating time for Houston, especially. Um, so going back to what I was talking about in the picture, there was 266 hazardous materials spills. So hazardous meaning that this is not something that people should be walking in. People should be breathing in, and so this just made matters a lot worse. 150 gallons of sewage overflowed, which when I heard this, I was stunned because this is kind of something that you don't really think about when you think about hurricanes, all the stuff that is in the water. So yeah, 150 gallons of sewage overflowed. Gas prices also rose around the country, and this is because the hurricane forced 25% of oil and gas productions to shut down in its region, and this affected 5% of the nation's output. So really, this hurricane affected the whole nation in a way. Houston also sank 2 centimeters. However, it rebounded once the water was gone, so that's good. But yeah, it sank 2 centimeters for a while, so that just shows that there was a lot of rainfall and a lot of flooding. Um, so now I'm going to be talking about the casualties. There was 88 deaths. Now these deaths are only deaths that can be reported that were directly a cause of Hurricane Harvey. For example, if somebody passed away at this time period from a heart attack, it wouldn't be considered a death from Hurricane Harvey, even though it might have been that the stress from the hurricane caused stress on the heart, causing that person to have a heart attack. So there could have been a lot of other deaths that were a result from something of the hurricane, but if it wasn't a direct death of the hurricane, it's not counted. So 88 is just, the number that we know, but it can honestly be higher than that. So 62 of those deaths were caused directly by the hurricane, meaning that they either drowned or trees fell on them, sort things like that. And then 26 were caused by unhealthy or unsafe conditions. And this is just related to the disruption of services such as utilities, transportation, and medical care. Um, and global warming had a huge part in, this hurricane because Gulf region temperatures are hotter than they were in the past. Warmer air holds more moisture. However, when it does rain, it really rains. So that's why there was a lot of rainfall that was seen during this hurricane. Another thing that, made things worse are the fact that rising um, sea levels are rising. They've actually risen 8.9 inches between 1880 and 2015, which is a lot. And that makes Harvey's storm surge 6 inches higher than it would have been a few decades ago. So that just kind of shows, global warming is very much so real. Um, another reason why this affected the hurricane was because climate change makes hurricanes last longer. And what happens with climate change is that it weakens the jet stream, and that just makes hurricanes last longer. So, in the past, when hurricanes would happen, they would kind of just come and go. But with, global warming and the hurricanes we're seeing now, these things last longer. So, I really appreciate this class for teaching me more about global warming and teaching me more about the importance of global warming and how real it is and how fast our world is changing because of it. I'm really hoping that next year we're having a whole new, president and, different people within the White House. I'm hoping that, this is something that is addressed right away because it is a very big deal. And, it's something that, as much as we tell people, recycle and do this and do that, I think that it needs to be it needs to be addressed globally, and it needs to also be addressed with big corporations because we can only do so much. It's these big corporations that are really affecting global warming. So yeah, I just want to say I really appreciate this class and I appreciate learning all these things because I'm teaching others how to do their part, and it's really important that we know these things. So yeah, that's all I have. Let's stop sharing. And yeah, thank you.